I think this might be the start of a series called I don't know who needs to hear this, but ... because there are some things you just want to share because you think somebody else may benefit from it. So this is a summary of my 2 years on social media and what I've learned along the way. I'm not talking about how you get viral videos and how you make $1 million on social media, because I can't tell you that because I'm not there. Everyone thinks that as soon as you get tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of followers that you become a millionaire, and it simply doesn't work like that. That is the vehicle for then turning that into something else. And I've yet to discover what that thing is. And I don't care. I'm in no hurry. It's only been 2 years. I'm still an apprentice. I'm still finding my feet. I've got 800,000 followers across all platforms. And it's great. There's no pressure. I can put a video out about what I want, when I want, and I can take a break, and it doesn't matter because nothing is dependent on it. So what has brought me to this point now? Now, I'm going to wind the clock back a few years to when I went through a coaching, therapy, call it what you want, session. I've talked about him before. His name was Mike, and he absolutely changed my life because he got me to look at myself from the outside. And the reason it was so effective was because Mike spotted so many things about me that were traits in himself that he worked on and became a better version of himself. So Mike identified me very early on as a people pleaser. And this sounds like a really positive thing. Oh, a people pleaser, great, yay, somebody that always looks after people, makes sure people are happy, and it sounds like a really positive thing. It's actually a really toxic trait, and it's something that you want to get rid of at all costs. So the way he put it was, you've become a different person in different company. And you become the version of yourself that you think that company wants you to be. Oh, these people want me to be serious and intellectual, so I'll be serious and intellectual, and I'll impress them with my knowledge about this particular issue. Oh, these people want me to be funny. I'll be the court jester. I'll be the clown. I'll make everybody laugh. I'll dance about and act the fool because I think that's what they want. Oh, these people want me to be sporty, so I'll be sporty with these people. And you become this person. Not one of those versions of yourself is the authentic you. It's just a mask that you're putting on. It's just an act that you're doing to please these people. First thing is, it's utterly exhausting. Becoming another version of yourself, becoming a false version of yourself is utterly exhausting. And you never get to see the real you. And looking at Facebook is a great example of this because you've got people that you're friends with from school, people that you've worked with, people that you've been in sports clubs with, people that you've known throughout the years, done your hobbies with. Every person, every group sees a different version of you. Now, the first thing I did was I didn't shut down Facebook, I just stopped using it. Previously, every time it was somebody's birthday, I went out of my way, I'd look at the notifications for the day and I'd wish them a happy birthday. And having something like 700 friends on there at one time, that's two people a day on average who have a birthday. So you're always doing birthday messages and you think, that's nice because it makes them feel remembered and I know how much I like it, so they'll like it as well. And when it's your own birthday and you think, oh, I'm going to really look forward to all these messages. I've given a year's worth of attention to other people. I'm going to get it all back on my own birthday. And it doesn't come. And it's devastating. It's utterly devastating because you think, I thought we had something. You know, I wished you a happy birthday. I personalized it. I mentioned such a body. I mentioned a situation. I told a joke. I posted a picture of the two of us. You know, I made it personal each time. And yet, when it's your birthday, nothing comes. So, the friends that you have aren't as good friends as you think they are. That's the first thing to say. And they can't be. They can't be, because if you've got 700 friends, you can't maintain 700 close friendships. You're going to have a few close friendships, and then the rest will be Facebook friends. There'll be social media friends. There'll be people that you went to school with, that you friended, and you caught up briefly on their life, and you go, oh, that's interesting, but then really you're not part of each other's lives. You need to get to that stage where everybody, apart from that core group, tiny core group, and I'm thinking it will be less than 10 people in total, that tiny core group, everybody else, you ignore. Don't ignore them. You don't have to ignore. You can like their picture. You can give them a generic happy birthday, but you're not part of their lives. Don't confuse yourself by thinking you are part of their lives. You are not. So the first thing that I did, and it sounds horrendous, is I cut off everybody. Literally, apart from my immediate family, I cut out everybody from my life. And this was a few years ago, and it's the best thing I ever did. Now, What does that look like? It means no messages on Facebook, no comments, no going out of your way to, I mean, I never did phone people. I've been the world's worst phoner. I've never phoned people. I've never thought to pick up the phone and go, oh, I'll have a chat with such a body. It's never been on my to-do list. A phone call for me has a purpose. I need to arrange such and such with you. We're going to play golf. I'll give you a phone. We're going to go on holiday together. I'll give you a phone. That's what it has to have a purpose. So phoning for a chat has never been on my agenda. So you're cutting people out and you're intentionally keeping yourself to yourself. That's the first thing. Now, these things are parallel. It helps you with your own life, mental health. It also helps you start on social media. And this is why I'm mentioning it, because the two go side by side. And for me, these were unintended consequences. Mike was working on me for me, but it had the unintended consequence of giving me an amazing head start on social media. I'll come to that in a second. So you cut everybody out, and then you wait for the people who are naturally going to be in your core unit. You will think, oh, I'll give them a call. I haven't seen them for a while. Let's go out for a drink. Go out for a drink. Should we go for a weekend? Yeah, let's go for a weekend away. Let's have a boys' weekend. Let's do that. And you'll find that the people that you naturally want to stay in contact with, and these are the people that naturally want to stay in contact with you, more importantly, because if it's a one-way relationship and you're doing all of the chasing, you're doing all of the phoning, all of the texting, all of the WhatsApping, all of the making sure somebody's included, and it's not reciprocated, then it's a one-way relationship and it doesn't work. So it has to be two-way. So if you've cut yourself out of everybody's lives, and you'll naturally draw yourself to a group, a small group of people, that's your tribe, that's your core group of people. Once you've found that core group of people, that's all you need. These are people that like you for you, that like the genuine version of you, because you stop putting on the mask, you stop pretending to be another version of yourself. If you're not feeling it, if you're not feeling like the entertainer, if you're not feeling like the guy who has to be the fun guy in the group, and you turn up and you've got a miserable face on, and they don't like it, well, that's on them. You're not there to entertain other people. This is the genuine version of you, and I'm sorry to say, it's take it or leave it, because you're no longer going to be playing this exhausting role of pretending to be somebody that you're not. So you become your authentic self. You become comfortable with your authentic self, and those around you like you for being your authentic self. And that, personally, is what's changed my life. Those people who liked me for being a different version of me have drifted away anyway. Well, he's boring now. He's not. He's gone off on a different direction. He's not the same person. Yeah, something's wrong with him. You know, it's that something's wrong with you. What they mean is he's now not playing a role. So once you've completed that task, you've changed the version of you to be the authentic you. Then you start on social media and you start posting. What do you post about? What does anybody post about? You see people that have 100,000 followers and they post about nonsense. And you think, well, I could do that. But it needs to be entertaining nonsense. It needs to be, oh, I need everybody to like me. I want you to like me. I want you to like and like and like. And you're going down that people-pleasing route again. This is where the two converge. The authentic you that you've now found and the social media version of you, these have to be identical. Firstly, because the social media version of you will get nothing for years. For me, it's years. It might be 6 months, it might be 8 months, and then you can turn something, you can turn it into a job, get an income out of it. But for me, it's been years, and I couldn't do years of social media without it being authentic and me and something I want to do for the joy of it. So how do you get started? What do I have to offer? Everybody has knowledge or an opinion or a set of skills that are genuinely you. I feel like Liam Neeson, skills that I've acquired over many years that make me a nightmare for people like you. This is what it is. This is your lifetime's worth of knowledge and what's in here that you can share. And there is something, whether it's how to whittle dollies out of clothes pegs. There are skills and knowledge, or stories, or jokes. You may be the world's best storyteller. And that's what people tune into. As long as it's the authentic you, it doesn't matter. So you start off with video number 1. And nobody watches, nobody sees it, and everybody feels a little bit dejected because you immediately compare yourself to other people and you immediately say, well, my video is better than that one and that one got 10,000 likes. Why did my video not get 10,000 likes? Because nobody knows who you are, because the platform isn't pushing your video out to 100,000 people, because you haven't served your apprenticeship in social media. You haven't gone through this stage of just recording videos that nobody's going to see. Everybody has to do this. So you do it, you get started, it's your authentic you, and eventually you'll get traction. As I said, for me, we're 2 years down the line. What has kept me going for 2 years? I've done 500 videos in 2 years. I'm guessing it's about that. 500 videos in total. I might have made a few £1,000s. I've made literally a few £1,000s. And you would say, well, that's great. A few £1,000 just for making a few TikToks and Instagram reels. A few £1,000, that's from 100 million views on my videos. So it puts it into perspective. When you're starting to get traction, when you're starting to get tens of thousands of views, hundreds of thousands of views, it feels like, yeah, this is great. Look, 100,000 people, that's a football stadium. And they're all seeing my video. Brilliant. It feels amazing to get that size of an audience. But it doesn't deliver anything like what you'd expect in terms of revenue. So why do you do it? What keeps you going for 500 videos when you're not making money out of it? And the simple fact is, it's the joy of doing it. Now, from an ego point of view, you want people to see it, to like it, to share it, to comment, to say what a great job you're doing. This is an ego thing. Everybody likes that. Everyone likes the positive feedback. But when you do a video that you've spent literally 5 hours scripting, filming, editing, captioning, uploading to different platforms, and you've spent 5 hours on it and nobody sees it, you cannot help but be flattened by that. So the way to combat that flattening feeling is that you don't care. You don't care about what the success of the video is. You're doing it for you. Now, you may notice just in this video that my style has now changed. I'm experimenting with a different format. I've just bought a couple of new lights. Now, I didn't know whether to put on my fill light, which has this blue gel, and it casts a shadow over that side of my face. And I thought, that's quite funky because I saw it in somebody else's video. Or do I turn it off? You know, I'm experimenting. And I've got this big diffuser right above my head, which is giving me a nice soft glow and some nice shadows. And it's got quite a little bit of a cinematic feel to it. But I'm experimenting. Now, I'm expecting when I edit this to look at the video and go, that looks really good. I'm quite pleased with that. Or that's better than my last one. And every time I change the location or the setup or the lighting setup or the sound recording or something, and it's an improvement, that gives me joy. And it's got nothing at all to do with the engagement. It doesn't matter how many people have liked it, shared it, engaged with it, commented it. It doesn't matter. It's about me and my journey. Because even if my 100 million views had translated into £1 million of revenue, and I was now enjoying financial freedom, and I no longer had to work, and I could just sit and make TikToks all day, brilliant. But what's the point? What's the point if that in itself doesn't give you joy? And let me tell you, I'm expecting the joy to become less and less as time goes on, because you get into more and more of a niche. And you find that the things that people are going to pay you for are the things that you may enjoy doing less. Because, you know, in 6 months' time, because I've got a 91% male demographic and they are all basically my age, so they are 30 to 55 years old, and they're English speaking in Britain and North America. It's a great demographic to target. So Oakley come to me and say, hey, Jonathan, will you promote our glasses on your channel? And I'll say, well, I wear them, but I feel a bit uncomfortable telling other people to wear them. That's kind of my choice. But this is what happens. This is sponsorship. This is partnerships. It's Forrest Gump and his ping pong paddle. You know, he felt awkward because he didn't use that brand of ping pong bat, and yet he was being paid money to promote it, to endorse it. And it's the same for everybody. You have to sell a little bit of your soul when it comes to how you make money online. The reason I haven't made any significant money so far is because I haven't done these partnerships, these brand deals, these endorsements. They will come. I have no question they will come at some point, but I will have to sell a little bit of my soul. At the moment, I can talk about whatever I want. because I'm free, I'm untethered. It's whatever ramblings appear in my head. So the point is, whatever you do it for the joy of doing it. And it doesn't matter if it's your first video. Like I say, I think you should get the most joy out of the first 100 videos that you do, because the path of improvement, just from being aware of other people's techniques and methodologies. Oh, that sound. Your voice sounds really good on that video. How did you do that? You can message other creators and say, how did you get that? What microphone do you use? Oh, brilliant. Yeah, I'll try that. And you try these things and it works. And, you know, it makes improvements. And you can look back and say, and you can see your journey. You can see your improvement path. And each one gets a little bit better. And your style, your confidence, your scripting, your editing, your lighting, everything gets better. And as it gets better, so your audience grows and you get into your stride. Oh, people like it when I do my funny stories. Well, I've got a funny story for you. And you can go off down your funny story path. Oh, people like it when I demonstrate gadgets. Wow, brilliant. I love demonstrating gadgets. Excellent. So that's another niche. What you find is you get more comfortable with the whole process of filming, editing, uploading for different platforms, because TikTok's different to Instagram and they're both different to YouTube, and you work out how to do it, what the secret sauce is for each platform. TikTok's about the under a minute, quick hit, quick dopamine hit, bang, bang, bang onto the next one. Instagram might be more to do with style and lifestyle and a bit more behind the scenes and a little bit longer and a little bit more cinematic. YouTube might be half-hour-long rambles like this one might turn out to be. But they're all very different, and you have to learn what works on each platform. You can't force that, you just have to learn as time goes on. Now, and this is where the secret sauce really kicks in, because if you can do your content for the joy of doing it, then you are batfink. You have wings like a shield of steel, because the negative comments and the positive comments have no effect on you. That bit is key. You ignore the negative comments, but you also ignore the positive comments. And again, this was Mike years ago telling me that I was delegating my happiness to other people. You are letting other people's reaction to you determine how happy you're going to be, which is nuts, absolute nuts. It's like following a football team, any sports team. You go and watch your team on a Saturday afternoon and they lose and you're upset. Why? That was something that was completely out of your control. Somebody else's bad day, shouting at you in the street or commenting on your video, that has nothing to do with you. That's something that's going on in somebody else's life. And yet that negative interaction has a profound impact on your day. If you allow yourself to dwell on it, it might impact you for a couple of days. So you never know. So you have to separate yourself from these things. So negative comments, and there are 100 different ways of dealing with negative comments. My favorite is killing them with kindness. So somebody says, like, I do videos about ironing shirts. In some cases, I use techniques that some people find questionable intentionally. Let's just say that, because I know it's going to get the reaction. Some people won't be able to resist. Oh, you don't know what you're doing. You've got no idea. People who don't know how to iron shouldn't teach ironing. And they get so upset. And it's a bit of, I guess you could call it rage baiting. It gets engagement and it gets people talking. So when people are being negative, I've kind of asked for it. So I don't let it get to me. But at the same time, I don't let the positive, oh, this is amazing. Oh, thanks for sharing this. Thanks for your advice. Oh, your videos are fantastic. You know, it'd be so easy to sort of walk around feeling 10 foot tall. But then again, you've still delegated your happiness to those comments. What happens when you take a week off and you're not getting that positive reinforcement? That's the same as getting negative comments. So in the same way as you can't allow negative interactions to impact you, you can't allow the positive ones to either. So you're saying, I'm doing it for me. I'm sharing it because somebody might benefit from it. If that's you, fine. I don't need to hear about it. If that's not you, fine. Go about your business. Either way, I don't care. Now, it's easier said than done, obviously, but that is the key to it. And if you are no longer delegating your happiness to other people, then you are literally floating above it. And you might wake up one morning and say, well, do you know what? Today I'm going to show you how I make my favorite breakfast. Why not? Somebody might find it interesting. It could be a new niche that opens up a whole world of possibility for you. You never know. But if it's something that you get joy out of, in preparing it and eating it, then other people might do as well. And if you present it in your authentic style, then you will find that video will find its natural audience. So my key takeaways for success in life and on social media are, first and most importantly, is drop the mask. Stop being a people pleaser and stop pretending to be somebody that you're not. Be the authentic version of yourself and be comfortable being the authentic version of yourself. Even when people find it a bit strange or don't like that version, just plow through. It doesn't matter, because tip number 2 is you're going to get rid of everybody anyway. Get rid of all your friends, stop contacting people, and let the ones who are your genuine friends drift back in and let them see the authentic version of you. Explain to them what's happened if you want, but that shouldn't be necessary. They should like the authentic you as it is. Make videos where you have something to say. Make videos where people can see the genuine version of you, whether it's your sense of humor, your knowledge, your skills, your opinions, whatever it is, make it authentic. And thirdly, ignore the comments, both the negative and the positive. Just concentrate on the thing that gives you joy and ignore the comments. Engage with people, but do it in a way that doesn't draw you in. You've got to protect yourself online, and you do that in whatever way works best for you. So if that's ignore the comments, just don't read the comments, don't interact, then fine. Or if you find that meeting people head on with sarcasm or an excess of kindness, if that works for you, brilliant. But don't let it get to you. And don't let the positivity get to you either. Read it. Yes, acknowledge it. Yes, you've seen it, you've read it, you've acknowledged it. It's giving that little fuzzy feeling, but don't let it go to your head. That's the point. Say thank you, say you appreciate it, say that's really kind of you, and you move on. But you don't let it give you an ego or make you think that you're better than you are, because you're not. You're on the right path, you're doing the right thing, people appreciate it, but for the times when you're not going to get that positive reinforcement, you're going to get that slump again. So you can't let the positivity go to your head, because the lack of positivity is going to drag you back down, if that makes sense. So anyway, as I said, this is I don't know who needs to hear this, but if you have any questions, comments, anything at all, let me know. And but please feel free to join me on the journey. Until next time, take care. I'll see you very soon.